Hello, and welcome to Loop Hero. This is a game I've been playing for a while, just like my relaxation game, but I've been having a lot of fun with it, so I've decided that I'm going to just highlight it here. I'm in the middle of, I just started a new run, and I'm going to explain what this game is. I'm this little white duder, and do not get thrown away by the graphics. It's a really interesting game for sure. You walk around this little path, and you do loops, and as you loop, the enemies and stuff get harder, and eventually you build up to a boss that'll spawn and you fight it. And when you fight enemies, you get loot, which gives you items that you can slot into your little gear, which will make you stronger, and you get cards like this one here, and that's an arsenal, which is just a special card I got to pick on the way in that unlocks one more slot for me. So I'm gonna hit spacebar or unpause, and we're now in adventure mode. So see, we're walking around, and then we encounter an enemy. So this is us, we are the hero, and this is the slime. So we're attacking it, and it gave us a card, it gave us a trophy. Now, because I'm playing as a specific type of character, I get trophies instead of gear directly, and then whenever I get back to the camp, the cozy camp, I get gear based on how many trophies I get. Here's a card, and I'll just explain what the cards do as I get them. It's a forest. It gives me +1 hero attack speed, and I can go and put it down anywhere out there. I'm going to hold on to it for a second for reasons that will become, I guess, more clear later. And we're just going to go around, and I think that the paths here, Wasteland, see, it just says a 5% chance of getting a slime every day. But we can get these other cards, like a grove. And this grove spawns a rat wolf every 2 days. So we can get stronger enemies to fight that'll allow us to scale faster than the loop is getting more difficult. And importantly, every time we walk through something like a grove, we'll get a little bit of wood that'll allow us to build permanent structures at our base camp. Okay, I also have the suburbs card. Can only be placed next to other suburbs once you start it, and increases the experience gained from killing enemies by 1. So I'm going to go up here and just put it in the corner, and the thicket is like the forest, except instead of 1, it's 2. So I'm going to go and put that down, just in the corner. It's fine. And we're going to keep walking around, and again, we're attacking. As we get gear, I guess I can talk about the gear in a second once we get some, because I've already put some on. Max HP from armor, an axe gives us a little bit more damage. We can have 2 weapons. Here's this little spider thing, little spidey force. We'll go ahead and throw that down here, whatever. Just want to spread out enemies across the board so we can fight them, get little trophies to get loot later, we get experience, and we level up. Again, trying to stay ahead of this loop and then eventually beat the boss. Suburbs, we can grow our little suburb over here. Here's a village. Villages are cool because they heal you when you enter them, and they give you a quest. So we've gone through, new quest. This slime now has double health, but if we kill it, which we'll have to do to get through, and return to the village, we will get a bonus. Whenever we fight within range of this, everyone is going to have higher attack speed, including us. But we have a special item at our base that makes us a little bit more powerful fighting under the light of this tower. So we'll just go ahead and throw that down. And boom, look at all of this new gear. We can see we've got a level 2 armor, a level 3 armor, fine. These ones are colorful, so they have a little bit of extra bonuses, like a % chance to counter on both of them. This is 45, so I could put in this amulet for 45 magic HP, which is HP at the start of a combat, or 23 and a 7% chance to counter. I think I'd rather just have the raw HP, whereas here I could get 7 to 10 damage, or 3 to 5 with a chance to counter. Honestly, I think I'm going to be lame and just take more straight damage. Oh, I should have seen this amulet. It's just better. If ever you have too much gear that it overflows off the edge, you actually get that as little bits of metal, scrap metal, which gives you more bonuses. More gear for leveling up permanently in the future. So that's what we're trying to do, is go around, fight things, get stronger, get loot, what have you. Apparently we're getting a lot of suburb cards, which is fun because they give us more experience whenever we kill something. Here's interesting. We've got a vampire mansion. Whenever we fight within the range of this mansion, we also have to fight a vampire. Now, what's interesting about this particular run, so we'll just throw it here so it adds into this fight. It makes it harder to add vampires, but they have a good chance of adding loot. They also give other creatures in the fight a little bit of vampirism, so they heal when they fight you. But like that's totally fine. We're not afraid of that. Whenever we make this symbol, or like we have a town or a suburb completely surrounded by other suburbs, it becomes a town. It becomes a little bit stronger. So we want to make this pattern over and over again. Thicket is worth putting down for sure. And yeah, so we want to fight these vampires, particularly because not only do they give like good loots or whatever, but we have a bunch of items that I've built into this run at our base camp that gives us more damage against undead and damage against vampires. So they're kind of our preferred enemy. Another very interesting thing is sometimes the things that you put on the board actually interact with one another. Like you saw here with the suburbs, we completely encircled it. If ever we put a vampire mansion beside a village, which I'll do with the next one, we actually get a ransacked village full of ghouls. It's a very hard encounter and it usually has the vampire over top of it too. But if we do that, oh god, we're taking a huge beating here, but we beat that guy down. If ever we do that, create a village and destroy it with vampires, we then can like save the village and it will become a more permanently better structure. And you can see how much closer we're getting to the boss here by putting things down. More things on the road in particular, I think, makes it go a lot faster. We've also leveled up. There's a little leveling up thing we've got. So we can choose pickpocket, supplies, fuss. Here receives less damage for every enemy starting after the second enemy. Now I think it says after the second enemy. I think I've seen it work with just 2 enemies, so I don't know what's up. Steal a resource. This is the only one that helps us in combat, where this one kind of hedges our bets. If ever you die, you don't get to take all your resources, but this says, hey, every time you go by the campfire, you leave some stuff behind so that you don't have to worry about losing it. So let's just take the one that's combat focused and we'll focus on winning. So see, we went back to the camp. We've succeeded in the quest to kill whatever it was, so they gave us a thing. It's fine, but I don't really care. And it healed us. Every time you go to there, it gives us 25 health, and it scales with the loop that you're on. So now it's 30. It's 5 more every loop. Let's get another little spider thing going here on the corner. Got a whole bunch of force. Ooh, look at this. Level 3, level 4. Crit damage chance is nice. So we have a 21% chance of doing a lot of damage. Level 4 axe, way better than level 1. Amulet, this is just strictly better. It's more health, more magical health, and it gives us magic damage, which is 6 more damage on top of our 25 to 37. And certain things have like armor. We're not really fighting against things with armor in this run, but more damage is more damage, right? And then would we rather have this, another 100 max HP, or the I'm not convinced either way on that one. So we're going to keep going. Because we're fighting near the campfire, a person came out to help us. Now this is a bookery, and what it allows us to do is exchange out the cards in our hand to get different or better cards. Very quickly, we're going to ransack this village, and we're going to put an outpost down. So if ever this village is now going to be full of baddies, and this outpost will help us fight it. And when we go by this bookery, it will switch out some cards for different cards. And what I'm trying to do is get thickets instead of forests because they're twice as good. And let's keep extending our network of these. What are they called? Beacons? Yeah, where we move faster in the beacons and we get higher attack speed. And I really like fighting the Grove monsters. I feel like they are pretty easy to get through. There we go. We got a thicket on that one. Spiders are good too because you fight lots of them and you get lots of little trophies for chances at loot. But we're about to pass by the book again, so let's see if we can get something better. And we got a treasury, which is a very interesting tile. Whenever you can't place it beside anything, but once you fully surround it, it gives you a big payout of like treasure and resources, and it's just really good. So we're gonna keep expanding our little suburbs. We get another bookery. We'll keep putting it down to extend what we've got going. The outpost in the forest, I'm not sold on. There we go. We got another thicket, so we'll start filling it in. Recycle again. Oh, another thicket. Good stuff. And that's what we're doing. We're just trying to re-roll our cards into the best possible card we can get. And we're trying to build out this suburb so that every one of them increases the amount of experience gained when we kill something. So we just start leveling up, hopefully very fast. And our class is because we're playing rogue, it's very damage focused. I know that this whole video is just me throwing stats at you basically about like, oh, we're gonna try and do this and this and this, but I just find it so interesting, to be honest. So we really benefit from DPS because we are attack speed, which is why I'm okay using the beacons, which gives our enemies attack speed as well, because we are such a high glass cannon thing that we just want to attack and kill everything instantly. And we also have 5% vampirism, which means that whenever we hit something, we get to heal a little bit. So now we're fighting this Gould ransack village, and we're trying to save it from the vampires. And again, if we do this, I think 3 times, then the village will then become a permanently better village that gives us better quests and heals us significantly more. So, suburb. Oh, excuse me. So we'll just make 2 more of these. Towns created. Don't get confused between village and town and suburb. Apparently, they all had to be called the same thing. Whenever you put down 2 villages, even if they become ransacked, they also spawn bandit camps. And bandits are nasty because they'll steal the loot not only from your hand, but right off your body. So you always have to have like backup gear available. And look how fast we're killing these spiders, right? Like just instantly we get in there and it's like whack. I really do like fighting these vampires. I just find that it's good. We got to keep it challenging, right? Even if they're nasty, we just hit so hard, and we have all these bonuses to killing them. I guess we just keep expanding our suburbs. Groves. I want to walk by them to get stuff. So put them there. A thicket. Now, the thing is, as I'm adding things to, like, the path, I'm making the game increasingly more difficult for myself as well, right? So, like, we're trying to level up and outscale the game, but the game is trying to kill us, and I just keep putting things down that are basically making it harder and harder and harder to get through the loop, especially because I have these villages that normally help me, and instead I've made them boss level encounters for a future payout. We can level up now. I don't want this top one. It gives me a bunch of cards that I don't have in my deck otherwise. One thing I didn't tell you at the very start is this deck of cards and what I can put on the board has all been tailored by me. So you can completely change the type of things you put on the board and type of enemies you face. But this isn't a card I have in the deck, so empowering it doesn't make sense. Child of the Forest is a 75% chance to have a little ally in all my battles. Very good. And on hit, the hero can summon Blood Lightning. Chance is equal to your critical hit chance. So this is really cool because I plan on getting very high attack speed and high crit chance. So I've never done this level up ability, so let's see what a lightning thing helps. So, we'll see. Now, another thing that's really cool is I put down a little, see this little guy here that was helping? Because I knew this was going to be a hard fight, I actually put down a tile that sends help to adjacent tiles. This one right here. I would have done it here, but now that's in a position where I can't do it because of the bandit camp. So that makes it a little bit easier. And for most classes, that's actually kind of crap because they take payment in the loot that you get. But because I'm the class that takes trophies and cash it in for loot later, I basically just get free help. That's another one of the synergies. Because I put down 10 forests, there's a village. It's actually going to be a little evil village that spawns little wooden mannequins to attack me, because reasons. I'm not really going into the lore of this game. I'm sure there's a lot of confusing things happening. I just found an item. Again, all these things I get for permanent upgrades, including the item, if I get out of this alive. So that's kind of what we're looking to do. But we'll figure it out later. Don't worry about the long game here. We're just trying to get through. We got some really good items here. Some level 6 equipment for a loop level 4. We got an amulet here. Instead of 50 max or magical HP every combat, it's going to give me more. It has as much magic damage and an additional 6% attack speed over top. This one here has counter chance magic. What I really want is chance for criticals. So we have critical chance plus 11 here, which helps us for that ability we took. The Gift of Blood. On hit, hero can summon a blood lightning. That chance is apparently tied to this, so if I improve this gear up to like more than twice as much max HP and giving me chance to all, I'm gonna do it because it's so good, but it lowers the benefit that we're getting from that level up that we chose. Boots, just more evasion and more damage to all. Again, damage to all is damage on top of this max damage thing that we have here. And it's applied to all enemies every time you attack. So because we have very high attack speed, we get a lot of it. Simultaneously attack 2 people. Max HP received for every trophy. That adds up pretty quickly. We're getting like, I think 20 trophies to 30 trophies a loop. So 30 max health. We're at 666. Great number. I think we'd rather just level up. Each building we place gives us 8 times the loop in experience. So we have an outpost here. Let's see, am I going to be putting down another cursed... Like, let's say I put this here. Bam, bunch of experience. And then if I put a village here, it'll get ransacked by the vampires. And therefore, we'll have some assistance in that battle. I don't really need these cards, so we're going to go around this bookery, which transfers 3 of our cards for 3 new ones. Ooh. And we got some more interesting stuff. On my last run, I actually had a perk that said that every time I place a building, there's a chance that I get the card back for free. So it allowed me to spam out these towns like crazy. And because we're getting experience every time we place a card, we're actually getting experience for placing the towns and then experience from the towns, which is a fun little connection to have. And I would really wanted to focus on getting forests, but hey, every time I do a swap, not forests, but thickets, every time I do a swap, I tend to get this bad boy, the urban area. Now, one other thing, we have another bookery. I guess we can put it in here. Every time we swap from a bookery to get new cards, it reduces it down from 20. And once it hits none, it's actually going to become an evil building that has an aura that spawns evil like books at us. And because this game has all kinds of hidden mechanics, if that aura overlaps a fight with a vampire, the vampire stops being a normal vampire, this dude, and starts being like this educated lady vampire. So more vampires the better as far as I'm concerned, because they give good cards. And I'm not sure, every time you get a trophy for killing something, it shows a different colored graphic going into the bag. So I'm not sure if the rarity of it is actually that much better, but you know, I guess we're just hoping for the best. Another beacon. As long as we're in range of 1 beacon, we get like a big a 5% attack bonus, so I guess I'll put one there. It also allows us to get around the loop a lot faster, which is, I think, a bad thing for us, but whatever. Every time we lose 10% of our HP, we have a 0.5% chance to instantly deal 1,000% damage. It's pretty amazing. That saved me against a boss before. 3 HP for getting a kill, though, is pretty great sustain. We have so much health, though, that I guess we just get the lethal weakness for later. Now, do these stack? I bet you they do. So let's guess we can overlay it on our cozy camp as well. Look how quickly we just get into the combat and we're like, whack, you're dead. So, keep growing this stuff. Finally, we got another thicket. I feel like it's been forever. Oh, here, we'll spawn another evil village because we have the little support. Another town. Like, this is so many towns. I've never played with this many towns. And this thicket here is going to complete the encirclement of this. So I get a bunch of gear, chances, nothing really good. Maybe the boots. Critical damage chance is actually what we were looking for that perk. So there we go, +8. This village is running out of space, but we'll keep growing it. And yeah, now we're going into this fight. Again, vampire, all this stuff, but we have assistance from that guard. And look, we got into the battle and we're just one-shotting people. Great. You see those little lightning flashes? Again, I'm not sure exactly what they do. On hit, summon a blood lightning. Chance is equal to the... I don't... Like, what's a blood lightning? I don't know. This game is very obscure, so it's really learned by trial and error. And a lot of this stuff I've learned just from playing. But I really like this class of, like, hey, attack fast, dummy. All of your things are good, so just attack quickly and ferociously, and eventually you will kill the enemy faster than they can even react. So putting in these very, like, the thickets and changing out my cards as rapidly as I can to get the best forest cards, I think is pretty meaningful. Also, these beacons are something new that I haven't really played around with before. I mean, they're not actually new. You get them pretty early in the game, but I never really saw the value in them, I guess. I wish I had started this... Well, I guess this is the most space you really have. Like, the more centered this is, the better, but that's fine. Little insta-kill. And I feel like that's like the heart of this game is just constantly reworking what cards are in the deck for whatever character you're deciding to play as. It's just a lot of fun to keep trying to find new synergies of like, oh, I want to populate the board with this enemy because these are my strengths, and I'll use these cards that give me attack speed because max health doesn't really help me. I want to attack fast, so you like do that. And then I put in the bookery to try and shuffle my cards as quickly and aggressively as I can to get the ones that have the most impact on my game. And all kinds of little stuff like that. Now, again, we're looking for critical damage chance. These level 7 boots are better than the level 4 boots, that's for sure. And these are both basically the same, except this one here has a counter chance instead of damage to all, but it has higher critical chance, higher evasion. It's just these 7s are much better. This amulet was pretty good if I recall, but the 7 is near it. If I had critical damage chance, I might put it in, because again, I like Blood Lightning, despite not really knowing what it does. This one here, we can give up a tiny bit of max health to do a little bit more damage to all. I'm going to favor the DPS. We could just put another beacon down. Sure. Oh, and because we placed a building, we got a bunch of XP. 10% chance of attacking 2 people, I think, is meaningful when you're attacking as often as we are. And now there's the book. See, this book is now attacking us because we've depleted the bookery. It's abandoned, so it shields the enemies and does all this other stuff. Real nasty, but I love it. So let's... If that's the cost of getting all these recycles on cards, I'm willing to do it. That's another good spot for town. Woo! Look at us attack, man. We just melt through them. And because we have the armory, which is this build arsenal, I built it at the start, that unlocks the amulet for this class, we have this magical HP. So as long as we get through the fight in like 0.2 seconds, the enemy is not going to chew through the 110 HP we get for free. Right? So that's kind of like the money spot. I'll put a couple of forests down. Again, it puts down these little wooden villages with these little wooden warriors, but they're not particularly strong, especially when we're attacking as fast as we are. Also, we get the benefits of countering. That percent chance to counter can be meaningful, because again, if you have like damage to all, well, that's an instance of attacking. Therefore, you get the stuff going. I don't know where I want this town. I think I'll just put it in front of this one so you get a little heal before going into that. We keep growing these suburbs. We're gonna go through this bookery again, but I like these trees, so let's see what we can get. Like, I prefer these forests to no forest. I don't really need more groves and stuff. I feel like I'm fighting enough enemies. So, putting down the trees seems worthwhile. Thicket, we like thicket. And you can see here, I always leave this bottom area untouched for the treasury, so I can get a ton of overlap when I go to fill in the last one. It helps me fill in the one I'm working on. Yeah, we're just gonna... We get to pass this bookery one more time, so we may as well. Hold on. More suburb cards. Oh my god, I've never had the suburbs cards show up this significantly in my life. Very cool. So I guess we're getting just an insane amount of experience. I mean, we already have like 4. Like, usually you fight the boss with like 2 or 3. We have like 5 and we're getting closer. But now we're very close to fighting the boss. These stack, I'm quite sure. So we're gonna just keep stacking them. We get like a 5% bonus from an item if we're fighting in range of at least one of them. But this 20% attack speed will still apply to this tile. It'll apply to our enemies as well, but again, I think it's more meaningful for us because we are such like a damage-heavy class. I don't want to lose the forests in my hand. I'm not going by another bookery soon, though. I'm hesitating on putting down trees without having the next treasury yet, because I don't want to burn my ability to make a double adjacency. So I might just start playing a couple thickets up here, because I know I want them. This will make a town. And again, we're leveling up so quickly because of these abilities. I mean, I could go through and look at this gear in more detail, but it looks like we're clearly doing very well. Smoked ham, another item. An interesting thing is, with a lot of builds, you can put down a card that gives you health every day. At the start of every day, it just heals you a little bit. So you want to go around the map very slowly, right? Because you want as many days to proc to heal you. But every day that goes by spawns more enemies, right? So I feel like we're in an interesting place where we're going around super quickly, and we don't have any of like the board placements that are day specifically. So we're not missing out on the chance to heal from these things every day. We're just sprinting around the map. This gives us a chance to revive if we die. Very OP against the boss, where you can get unlucky and die, and then if you come back to health or come back to life with full health, ooh, they stole one of our things from our pocket. You're way more likely to actually beat the boss. Again, I'm sure that you guys have lots of questions for this game, because I've brought you in to like a mid-game point or a late-game point where I've developed a build and a strategy for a particular run, and here I am spawning the baddie. And you guys are like, what the hell is going on in this game? But if you stick with me, I mean, I promise I'll try and explain as much of it as I can. We really want some loot here, though. And the thing is, we're not going to get any before fighting the boss. Put that there. Because we only get loot once we pass the camp, and the boss appears at the camp. It's time to face the destiny of this world. I could have popped this to get its goodies first, but I'm not actually that worried about fighting the boss. I feel like we are pretty strong considering it's loop 5 and we have mostly higher tier loot. But now that we have this treasury, I'll pop it. Another treasury, fun. You know what, we'll put another beacon over. I've never pumped the attack speed this crazy for this particular fight, but Attack speed 74. In the past, I've gotten way fewer towns and way more forests. I'm not actually sure if we're going to be strong enough to fight this. We just have a lot of abilities, though. So this baddie here, we're not going to care about the lore. They spawn these little mirrors, and each mirror gives her a 20% chance of blocking my attack for her. So my attack speed is really helpful at tearing through the mirrors and getting to her. So you can see I'm just blitzing through. Attack, attack, attack. And then she spawns these little angels that attack me twice and fade away. So them getting 2 attacks, whether they happen in an instant or not, doesn't matter. So all these beacons pumping up their attack speed doesn't really matter to me. They're going to attack twice and die. So we're just trying to tear through these mirrors as fast as we can. I don't know what the little bar under our health is that's red that fills up, but whenever it fills up, we get a lot of extra attacks, so I assume it's good. I think we're gonna kill her. It looks... it's tight. We had potions. I never mentioned them because we never got low enough for them to be relevant. But we've gotten a chance to heal a couple times, and there we go. And failure again, till we meet again, Zealot. So we beat the boss for this run. We just hit the camp, which gave us all our loot. Got a little Steam achievement, and now we can permanently get a new level up path. Oh wow, this one must be specific to fighting this boss because it gives you the stained glass ability. Cool. 30% chance to get a random basic resource chunk upon killing an enemy. We usually kill lots of enemies. Enemies will have 1 less ability. Doesn't affect the boss. I really like this. Upon killing an enemy, you get a stained glass window. If you're fighting lots of enemies, this is pretty helpful, and we would get lots of these quickly. We're not actually getting that ability, and now we can stay or we can push our luck. So let's stay and see if we can get around the loop a couple more times. So I did see that we had like a legendary here, more critical chance, which is great for us. Or right, critical damage. No, critical damage, not critical damage chance. Rats. Level 8 legendary boots. Yo, that's critical chance. Level 6 legendary armor. Critical damage chance. Yo. Critical damage chance. Sorry, the spear doesn't... Yeah. Even if it's lower level, that chance, now we're up to 35% chance. So a third of all our attacks are going to get that bonus. Oh, this one gives it as well. So now we have 50% chance of... I mean, geez, I still don't know what it is. The gift of blood. We summon a blood lightning. We should just actually pay attention in this battle. And maybe we, I mean, we're killing so fast. Like, I see the blood lightning, I think. See this little, like, I just don't know what it's doing. Did we almost die? We're so low on health right now. Oh my god, it's chewing me to bits. Usually I can kill those enemies in 0.1 seconds. Are we in danger? That's not good. That is not a good sign. But we did get some thickets, so now all of a sudden we have a lot more attack speed. I'm not interested in putting down more baddies, but maybe putting down more help. Just to help tank the damage. Sure. I don't know why, like, that guy was like, oh, we have a level 8 piece of armor? How did I not see this? Oh my god. I don't think I just got that. But yeah, so the book helps protect things, and then we gotta fight. Oh my god, it almost killed us. We are so low on health. Oh no. What have I done? Can we get more help? I mean, I guess, but we can't, we're gonna have to fight here on our own. We do have a little bit of lifesteal that we can get going here, but... Yikes. Help. Someone? I need somebody. Help. Not just anybody. Help. So now, if we died, we would then lose, or only get to keep 30% of our resources, but we kept that level up that allows us to resurrect. I thought we were going to have to use it on the boss. We didn't. We're going to use it now and see if we can get through this loop and get out of here. So I'm going to click, there's a button behind my camera that you can't see, which is the manually run away button. You don't need it very often, so I didn't really hit it. I don't feel like you need to see it. But anyways, I just set it so the next time we get to our camp, please notify me that I can run away scot-free, because we want to get out of this. This is a terrifying existence to be in. I don't know why we hit a point of our lives where we're so weak. Level 6 monsters, but we have all this high level gear. Clearly, we're good early game with our high attack speed and stuff. But then, maybe it's because our amulet is only 92 health. If we had more health, maybe we could do better. Or maybe it's just those books. Maybe the books are more of a counter to my build than I had anticipated. Put a little village down. That's just to get a heal in. You know what? I'll just fill this in with forest. It's fine. Let's see what we got. Grow forest. So now this is alive and creating more books to attack us. This is level 6. And it's better than our level 5, right? More damage, more evasion chance, and more critical damage. Okay, yeah. All right, double swords. Let's go. So again, this one's got the book now because we've unleashed the book upon us by swapping too many times. Come on, you can't blame me for wanting to get good cards. Oh, we can't play on the bottom. Oh, that's fine. That was a wasted placement. Because it'll never, these two beside it will never level up. Nope, they won't do it. No more treasuries. I mean, treasuries spawn gargoyles on the road, but like you hardly see them because we're getting around. That was a lady vampire. You might have seen her, but I killed her so gosh darn quickly. We'll put a village down here that'll heal us. Again, it's spawning evil cutthroats that will steal our gear, but whatever. We'll deal with that when we get there. Couple more forests. Again, we have so many forests that our attack speed is up to 83% because of just the way that we've filled out the board. Another village. You know what? I'm actually kind of... No, we'll put one here. Because we're going to get so much heal. And this is actually... No more ghouls are in this village or this village. Because it's now, instead of a village, it's a count's land. So it heals us like 3 times as much and gives us a better quest reward whenever we finish our stuff off for them. So very cool. Total bro of town. Okay, we killed them before they stole our gear. Great. Man, sometimes we just absolutely wreck. I don't know, like, look, our health is so high right now, and yet at the start of the loop, we hadn't recovered from fighting the boss or something, and we absolutely almost died. Like, this makes me want to go again for another loop, and we don't have a chance to revive anymore, but, like, it feels like we're strong. It feels like we're very strong. We just leveled up as well. We can actually do that in the middle of the fight. Lowers the quantity... You know what, this one here. When you lose 20% of your max health, the hero will evade all attacks for 2 seconds. It prevents you from being burned down because of one hard fight where they get a couple of crits on you early or something. Look at this. Come on, baby. Hit him. Hit him. See there. We got 20% of our health and we got a bunch of evades there. So it kind of... And then the fight is over before they would bring you into the next 20%, right? So... It's pretty good. I guess we just forest up here. Again, it's spawning more of those camps with the wooden soldiers, which I said were easy, but ended up being the things that almost killed us. Maybe I'm a filthy liar. We're also running out of room for these towns to go down. But these beacons, right? Like, they're so great. Though I'm not... I mean, I do like ripping around the field, like the battlefield, super fast before things can spawn. But we're about to go into a new day. I don't know, do we push one more loop? Like this one here, after we got through that first part? Here, one sec. Let's see what we got here. We got a level 10 amulet. 175, yo. This could be more, but we want... What's our 26% chance? So we lost a lot of chance for crit there. Evasion bonus, but really... Oh, one of those Dirks is just critical... Oh, they're both critical damage. I thought they had chance for critical damage. These boots are great, but they don't get the critical damage chance up. This armor's great, but it doesn't put up critical damage chance. Like 10%, I feel like it's big. This brings up higher critical damage and critical damage chance, so we'll take that. And then the level 9 is just significantly better than 6. And maybe that was the problem, is that we actually had low damage for how damage-centric we are. I really want us to go for another loop here, kids, but how dangerous is it? Let's do it. We can get away with it, right? We got another outpost and thickets, and we're so much stronger now. That fight actually wasn't that promising, to be honest. But we'll put this here to help us in this battle. Come on, baby. Did we make a terrible mistake? Looks like we're good. Again, oh no, we lost 20% of our health and went into evade mode. So clearly we weren't gold in that fight, but we were okay. Start filling this in. Do we need more support for a battle? I guess we may as well put them down. I don't think that there's any negative for getting support in battles for our particular class. Again, normally they scoop all the rare items out of a fight and they take it as like payment. But because we're getting trophies, we're kind of like just getting support for free. We haven't worked an honest day in our lives. And again, I put down more baddies, but I'm terrified of dying right now. So like, maybe we don't. I will keep throwing down forest though. I think we're basically out of room for suburbs. We'll put this bookery down over here. Rare book. Rare book. +1 defense for every card in the player's hand. Cool, so we'd have like a bunch more defense if that was equipped for this run. Again, it's confusing, but like basically just you equip those cards for future runs. Okay, so we'll just keep throwing this stuff down. There's the Lady Vampire Lady. Legacy. Transforms into a tome after being killed, so her book gets away. Bloody Pet summons bats when below 50 health. Magic damage, vampirism, attack speed. I mean, they are chewing into us here. It's a pretty big fight. But again, they took 20% of our health, then we go into Evade Central, and it gives us a chance to catch up. I mean, we went into it again. We lost a lot of health there. How do we survive this? Why have I done this to myself? I guess I give us more attack damage. Like, we need more health from the amulet. We need more suburbs. I don't... We're gonna hit a lot of easier fights, which, as you can see, like, made a big difference there. We're also going to... I should have maybe just popped that. We're also going to go through all of these amazing towns. A lot of them are upgraded, so we're going to heal significantly. Level 6, okay, that was a crap reward, but that's fine. And look, we'll even put down more villages. Even though it creates more goblin-y, not goblin camps, but camps, we'll be fine. We can't even put this treasury on the board because we have nowheres that isn't adjacent to anything. This is where I'm afraid of. Come on, fight, 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 fight. We're evading. No! Alright, so we definitely bit off more than we can chew. And we would lose all of these resources, but we have one last get out of jail. We can use 2 skulls, which you get from defeating bosses. We actually got 1 this game, so it's not too bad to keep all. And I think this price goes up over time because it used to be 1. Maybe it depends on the loot or the level. But we are going to spend 2 skulls, 2 boss defeats, to get away here scot-free. So it kind of takes the sting out of push your luck games, but what can I say? I had done a couple of runs earlier where we ran away and were safe. So I now can take those resources and put them into developing out my camp. Like, ooh, more item limits, more huts for people, watchtowers as an improvement, defend stuff. We can have up to 4 of them, and all kinds of this stuff. We also got those items. So you can see here the items I went to that. Ooh, more damage against vampires because we have garlic, and silverware, damage to undead. Again, those things. But we can also bring like skinning knife, better damage against rat wolves, the ones that come from the grove, or shoe nails. Every time you get attacked, people take damage. That's if you're like gonna play like a defensive warrior build or something. So there's a lot of ways of playing it. And I think it's a lot of fun to just go around the loop and try. I'm sad that we had to give up some orbs there to get our loot, but I was not going to leave. Like, that was a lot of loot for that run. Some people have done like infinite loops too, which is interesting, but I'm not there yet. I get in with the rogue and I fight the boss on loop like frickin' 5 or 4 instead of loop 10, because I just throw everything on the board and cycle cards real hard, and then we fight the boss and usually we get away with it. And then we haven't scaled into a sustainable build. We're just like a glass cannon, so taking a bunch of fights, you can't actually get around the loop. Anyways, I hope you had fun. I hope this wasn't too confusing. It's just a game that maybe if people are interested, I'll update people on where I'm at. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.